Just the Tips, a Menmoir, Season 1, Episode 3, Desert Pigeons.
All right, we back. It's Chuck and Joe, Just the Tips, third episode. We're coming at you today with some big news.
Tell them all about this big news.
We submitted the podcast to not only iTunes, but also Google Play, and we are now listed under comedy, Google Play, Just the Tips, a Menmoir. You can get us, subscribe, do whatever it is that you want to do. It's there.
They done messed up and let us in the dough.
Yeah, so all our friends on Apple, like you, iTunes. For my Android users, Google Play, you can get us. And we have a couple of new segments that we're going to bring. One is Pet Peeves. Everyone has them.
Yep.
I know you got some.
Always.
We're going to hear about those. And we're going to bring that. I think that might be recurring. So I'm looking forward to that.
And the other thing that we're going to talk about today, we haven't done it yet, but I also feel like this is going to be one of those reoccurring things on our show is we're going to jump into the mailbag and hear from someone already. Episode 3, we're already getting feedback and questions about our opinions. So we're going to jump into this mailbag.
I'm excited. It's very easy to get on the show.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I don't have 100 emails to sift through. All I'm saying is someone responded. I'm not saying it's one. I'm not saying it's 100. I'm just saying someone responded. So because of that, the likelihood of us reviewing your question is very high.
Very high. And guess what? Melvin, if you're listening, you made it.
You made it, Melvin.
And I appreciate you. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I can't wait to get more into this. Stick around for a moment.
And right now coming up, one of our sponsors.
We got to shout out the sponsors. This segment is brought to you by Oversized Midgets.
They're hella big and hella small.
Welcome back. We're going to head into a new and hopefully excellent segment.
I feel like they're all excellent.
You're right.
There's no flaws here is what I'm saying.
Because when we wake up in the morning, we piss excellence.
Every day.
We're talking about hot tub piss.
Exactly. I'm talking about peeing on sand and it slowly evaporating into the air.
I'm talking about you pee on the sand, it turns into glass.
That's what I'm talking about. I respect all that.
And this segment, while harnessing the acidic nature of our super piss.
Okay, is that what we're doing today?
We're going to talk about pet peeves.
Okay, let's go. Definitely. There is a few. Now, I would assume that when we're talking about pet peeves with our wives.
Pet peeves with our wives. I know we have some. I think that one that resonates across every spectrum, any person, no matter where you are, who you are, has the conversation about what you're trying to eat tonight.
Oh, absolutely. That is a given for everyone I know on this planet is your woman, if you with a woman, your woman's always going to ask you, what do you want to eat?
And this is one that personally burns me consistently.
I'm sure you're not the only one, but today we're here to talk about how much it bothers you.
I'm already in my own feelings about it.
You're upset immediately.
I'm already like, I want to fight you.
The switch came on. I immediately thought, God damn it, I don't want to have this conversation. So I'm assuming that every time there's a discussion about a meal, your wife, if present, will ask you what you want to eat and or text you if she's not here, call you, email you. She might send a pigeon with a message that says, what do you want to eat when she's on vacation and she's coming home in a month?
Yep, and I send the pigeon back with a note that says, the pigeon.
The pigeon, you want to eat the pigeon.
I want to eat the pigeon.
Kill it, send it back.
Cook that shit right, too.
Exactly.
You be doing it way too, I don't want no dry-ass desert pigeon. I want a wet, liquidy pigeon.
I got you. You want it, you don't want it overcooked.
And I don't even be hungry like that, which is why I get so angry in the first place, but I digress.
So no, hold on. That's on point. So you get upset because most of the time she asks you what you want to eat, you're actually not even hungry.
I'm not hungry. And it's very strange due to my girth, my rotund nature, what I call my armor.
Right.
I'm armored up. Like I could fall off a motorcycle without a jacket and be cool is what I'm saying.
A good 40 pounds of just weight.
Yeah, armor.
Okay,
armor. It's soft armor.
I call mine power.
It's power. It's a source of power.
I got you.
So even though I have this armor, which must be what is sustaining me, I don't eat that much. So I get hit with this question, what do I want to eat?
And it literally comes in. If I'm not mistaken, you recently got a text while we were having the discussion about what do you want to eat? And what I would like to know is, what was your response?
I was mad as fuck.
Immediately angry.
Whether it's a phone call or this text or recently on my birthday, let's go have breakfast.
Okay.
It's your birthday. Sure. Where do you want to go? I'm not hungry. So I say, just pick a place you would like to go.
Right.
I'll find something that I'll eat.
Because she's the only one really eating because she's the one that's hungry, right? So
we got to find something that the boys can eat.
Okay.
So that narrows some of the choices down. And then she should be the next person to make the choice.
Right.
I should be last.
Right. Because she's definitely hungry and you are definitely not.
Right.
So you being considerate is the way I'm looking at you being a man, a consideration of your wife. You're like, you know what? I'm not even going to make the decision for you because I'm not even eating it. So I'd rather it be more palatable to yourself. Is that correct? Is that accurate?
Match it up to your own craving. And if at worst, I'll eat rice.
Right. And so at any point, do you already anticipate that this question is coming? And does it upset you? Are you upset before the call comes in, after the call comes in, or does it soak in half an hour later like, God damn it, why do you keep asking me this question?
So I noticed now that at a certain point, at a certain time of the day, when she was at work and I was at home, she would hit me up. Not because I needed to do anything, but she wanted to know what I wanted, knowing, though, that I really don't have any desire for it.
Right.
So the way that I would know, I would expect that if it was around 3 or so o'clock, it's probably going to be that.
Got you.
So my reaction is once I know it's coming or I see it, I'm already disrespecting her when I see it.
The moment
once it comes in, if it's a ring, I'm thinking, you better be asking me about my kid's day at school. Because if you ask me what the fuck I want to eat, we will get into an argument.
Right.
Not like an argument.
No, but I'm saying there's tension on the phone.
Yeah, well, once I pick it up, I'm like, yes.
What was your last response to the text that came in saying you wanted whatever the meal was?
I'd have to look.
Let's take a look. What was the response?
Oh, yeah, it was, should I grab a roasted chicken for dinner?
That's very specific.
But more as if she's already decided.
Right. That's the point I'm getting at. That's where I'm going with this questioning. Basically, she texted you to ask you if you wanted to eat something very specific, knowing you're not hungry. What was your response?
I said, I'm just reading it right now. If you want.
If you want. I feel like that's the go-to response is if you want. And I'm pretty sure she's going to be like, well, I don't know. But see, what happens is she's already selected the meal before she texts you or calls you. And I'm assuming every time she texts you or calls you, it starts with the, do you want this from somewhere, something, or this type of food? It's never, do you want to eat? It's more like, do you want some tacos? Do you want a burrito? Do you want some pizza? So the fact that that's already stated ahead of time lets you know she definitely already wants to eat that.
You just blew my mind.
She wants to eat it.
That never occurred to me.
She picked it for you already. All she needs is the response from you. So here's the thing. Back to the initial pet peeve. Women don't ever know what the hell they want to eat. So what happens is they then ask you what you want to eat, and your response most of the time is going to be like, I really don't care, because you, Joe, yourself, isn't hungry. But the fact that she asked you specifically, do you want chicken, means she already picked out the chicken. Now, with that being said, your responses of anger and frustration and assholeness is already built in. You know what I mean? So I feel like you've been projecting this tone for quite some time. Is that fair to say?
Yes, it is a problem for me.
It's a very big problem. So I'm going to give you some advice. I would like
just the tip, though. I can't take it all.
I'm only going to give you a tip. I'm going to give you a very light, minuscule tip. Don't rush into it. This is just something I want you to test out. Every single time that you get a phone call, that you get a text asking you, do you want to eat something? Specifically, if it's like whatever she says it is, ice cream. Do you want an ice cream sandwich with 2 pieces of wheat toast dry? You say yes. Every single time, yes. Do you want? Yes. Are you? You want some juice? Yes. Do you want a hero sandwich? Yes. Do you want some pupusas? Yes. You are going to say yes every single time without question. And I would love to check back with you later on down the line and ask, has it helped? What was the difference? Did it work? Did it not? These are answers I think people, including myself, want to know.
Inquiring minds need to know.
I feel like I'm using you as an experiment, but I'm going to apply it to your life first And then once I get results back, then I'll decide whether to apply it to mine.
You know, I really respect how much you disrespect me all the time. That really makes me feel good about myself.
But it's all for knowledge. It's all for inquiry. This is not from a malicious place. This is all because it's a science experiment. We want to learn things. We got to use each other.
Being someone's experiment and guinea pig in many circles is disrespect.
But I feel like this has a very strong positive outcome for you. Like, I feel like it's actually
for me. It's not going to be for you.
No, not at all. Not for me, but definitely for you.
Okay, so I will pledge right now that between now and the next time we check in, I will be responding to these inquiries about food, where I want to eat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm going to say yes.
Yes, every time. And then she was like, do you want, I don't know, some soup with that? Wonton soup? Yes. Do you think I should get extra fortune cookie? Yes. Don't you think that's too much? No, it's enough. Bring it all. But don't push her to where you're getting sarcastic. I don't want her to think, oh, he's just being sarcastic. I want her to know that it's literally, oh, wow, he's actually just agreeing with me. And that's cool. So all you're going to do is basically give the stamp of confirmation, as you should as a man, stamp that conversation, and then we'll see what the results of that is.
I'm going to do that. We're going to document it. I'm going to give you some updates. And I feel like if it is successful, and I actually have hope that it will be, we're looking at 20% less probability.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's lowering the statistics of you being, I don't know, on edge.
I mean, I'm already a convicted criminal.
Yeah, you got like 4 different felonies under 3 different names in like 6 different states. No, I saw it. I saw the rap sheet. I took a look. It's real.
And what I want to do is make sure I don't add to that rap sheet.
Right.
So I'm going to say yes.
Okay, every time.
Every time. And we're going to come back and I'm going to tell you about it. And if you improve my life, I'm going to thank you.
And I'm looking forward to it.
This segment is brought to you by Paralyzed Dance Moves.
It looks uncoordinated as fuck. Welcome back, everybody, to Just the Tips with Chuck and Joe. All right, so today what we're going to do is reach into the mailbag.
Yeah, we actually were inspired by, was it Melvin?
Melvin.
Yeah.
Melvin from Youthington, Colorado. So Melvin had a really important question that I think was great for us to address today. So what he sent is, he said, Dear Chuck and Joe, I'm a married man of 4 kids. And this is something I can't ask my wife. So I reached out to you guys, and this is my question. Is it okay to look at other women?
Yes, but go ahead.
Yes or no? Being a married man, when is it appropriate? Joe, your thoughts?
Well, I've already kind of gave a little spoiler.
I mean,
the answer is yes. For the most part. It's okay. Like there's gonna, you don't want to be like at a funeral checking out the widow's booty.
That's not inappropriate at all. But continue.
Yeah, I mean, for animals.
So I'm going to give you my answer.
Yeah.
My answer is, it depends.
That's what I just said, and you disagree.
No. But it's different. It's not the situation of your environment. It's the situation of whether your spouse is directly next to you or not. Oh. So it's just that clear and clean. Is she with you? Yes or no? If the answer is no, all bets are off. Do what you want. If she's with yes, the answer is also yes, but sir, you must be very tactful.
You have to be very careful about how you go about this.
Right.
And that would be another episode.
And that's another episode for another time. We will have those answers for you, but we don't want to give all the secrets away today. So the other follow-up, I think, is, do all guys do it?
Yes, I think they do. I have a couple examples of advice that I've received from people.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'll take one.
Okay.
Shoot one at me.
So my father-in-law, we all know him well.
Yes,
we know him well. He has a cousin, and his cousin told me once, and I think it was just he and I.
Right.
He told me, he said, no, it's okay, mijo. If you look, you just don't touch. Like, I wouldn't be telling my nephew's wife or niece's husband, hey, it's cool if you want to, like, be checking people out and stuff.
Right.
So it was just striking to me that he thought he had to tell me. And I just said, okay.
So that is similar to some advice I received directly from my pastor. Now, in order to get married, that fateful day, I definitely had to do marriage counseling before anything else. So I'm going to tell you the advice the pastor told me. He basically said, it's okay to look. Maybe in not so many words, but he basically said it's okay to look. But the way he said it is, the first time you look, you are basically admiring God's creation.
Mm-hmm.
The second time you look, that's for you.
What is an appropriate glancing time according to your pastor?
Based on what he said, there is a millisecond that you look. You can register a ton of information in this millisecond, and I will pull out the statistics at some point and tell you. It's like you can almost assume in your mind you've created an image of what you saw. At that point, if you find that attractive, I mean, you should move along at that point. Don't come back.
Right.
Don't look again. Move forward.
Okay, so basically, as you can look, blink, and then you have to look away.
Correct. So I would say that's about half a second. You got a half a second of green light, and then you got to continue forward and mind your business, because the rest is all bad. Mind you, he told me in front of my wife.
Wife to be at the time.
To be at the time. So basically, he gave me the okay.
And
She
what
knows this.
was her reaction?
Fuck that. Like, she was not with that at all.
I could
hell
see her
no.
saying that if she was like, was heated enough.
No, she was like, in the back of her head, this ain't about a slide, but it's almost like I got the okay from the pastor, and he tends to concur with a lot of the man stuff I say. And at some point, I would really like to bring him in here so we can have a discussion with him as well. And I think our minions would definitely enjoy that.
I'd like to hear what he has to say, because
I think we would get some gems out of this man.
you know, there's quite a few people we could bring on to get some quality gems.
Oh, no, absolutely. So, Melvin, is it okay? Absolutely. Moral of the story, don't get caught by your wife. Look one time, don't look a second. Appreciate what you saw. Put it in the back of your mind when you need to pull off. I'm alone at night and I need my hand and I got nothing to pull out. Save it for that time. Use that half a second of memory. Enjoy that. And that's you time. But after that, you got to let it go.
You know, I would say that your opinion on this matter is far softer than mine.
What? How so?
I think it's fine if you look, and I think you could look more than a millisecond, and if you turn around and looked again, I would think that was okay, as long as it's not creepy. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hold on. So you can look as long as it's not creepy, and you can look as long as you want, as long as it's not creepy. I feel like there's a creep line to where if you stare more than 5 seconds, you're being creepy.
Yeah, and keep in mind, you said a millisecond.
I'm going to go with half a second, so
2 seconds.
that's a long time. Does it matter if the wife is present or not?
It does to her.
Does it to you?
Not really.
Hell no. There it is.
Not really.
Melvin, soak this advice up. You're hearing it here first.
Melvin, if he's at half a second and I'm at maximum 2, just go 1 second.
Just go in the middle.
1 second.
I'll give you that.
Look at the booty for one Mississippi.
One Mississippi. That's a strong one.
Look at
Mississippi
it, and
too.
if it's a Mississippi booty, though, you need about 2-3 seconds.
That's also true. Use it sparingly. You don't want to be the one guy who's
don't
walking
abuse
through the
it.
mall and be like, one Mississippi, one Mississippi, one Mississippi. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy just running through the mall. Chuck and Joe said it's good, so I'm going to go ahead and run through these booties one Mississippi at a time. We don't want that. Like, that's not. Just be wise.
No, be wise is definitely the way to go. I would say also be aware of your surroundings. To me, the environment in which you are in matters more than that small length of time difference that we had.
Also true.
And then third, when the wife is around or your girlfriend or whoever it is, you got to know them.
Yeah. So I feel like we dropped some sweet advice on Melvin today. I hope he heeds this, takes it into account.
And I would also say to other folks that have any questions that they would like us to address, again, menmoirs@gmail.com, MENMOIRS. And you can also hit us on Twitter at menmoirs.
Get at us. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed these segments that we put together for you today. We just definitely want to remind you, now that we're on iTunes and Google Play, look for us, Just the Tips, a Menmoir. Type it in your search bar. I'm popping up.
Yeah, subscribe, share it, tell everybody, tell your mama, baby mama, auntie mama,
All their mamas.
granny mama.
Whichever one you could find, tap on her shoulder, turn her around and be like, look this up.
Tell strangers, walk up to strangers, people you don't know, show them our logo and interrogate them.
Be like, have you heard this? Have you heard this? You haven't heard this? You need to hear this right now.
Yeah.
Just make sure also hit us up on Twitter. We're always taking questions now at Menmoirs.
And the DMs are open. So at MENMOIRS, the DMs are open. You can hit us on Twitter, tweet at us some other questions that you have for the mailbag segment.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get at us and you don't want to tweet it out, just slide into the DMs.
Yeah, you've been waiting for them DMs. I feel like you keep them open on your phone. You have a specific app to just keep it open. in your info bar at the top. So anytime it drops in, it's not like a text coming in. It's already there.
Yeah.
It's live, immediate DM drop.
The only thing that I have notifications on in my phone is his DMs.
Exactly right. So they could also find us on the website. it's got a little more information about us, but the homepage, menmoirs.men, www.menmoirs.men.
Yeah, and from there you could subscribe to us on there. You could follow us. I mean, there's so many ways to get in touch. Those are the best ones, though.
Or you could just do something positive with your life and just not follow us at all and get back to work. You heard this and realize the shenanigans are just too much for you and you just decide to unsubscribe. But when you do that, then put it in a chain email to all your coworkers. Send it to them.
We're talking about you, Sharice. Right now, we're talking about county email chain. I want to see county email chain with Sharice's name. I'm talking about you listening to this right now when you ain't supposed to. I know you laughing. You probably looking at your coworker right now. Stop right now. I appreciate that Sharice now knows what she needs to do. Even though our listeners have no idea who that is, you'll get to know her real soon. She's coming. There's
a lot of introductions, I feel like, as we go through these episodes. We drop names, we warm them up to it, and then it's like, surprise.
Yeah, there's about to be a flaming hot ball of Sharice coming at y'all pretty soon, so I can't wait for that.
They're not ready.
No, but they need to be.
All right.
So I want to thank Melvin for writing in today. I want to say thank you to the sponsors. I want to say thank you to our listeners. And that's going to be it for this episode of Just the Tips of Menmoir. I'm your co-host. I'm Joe.
I'm Chuck.
And we out.
Deuces.